What's going down, Rich Squad, man? You already know who it is. It's your boy TP, man, and I am glad to be back in the home studio. It's been a really long time, man. It's been a really long time since I've been back in this setting, and y'all know. Really wanted to do this return home with DeMarco, but schedules have been conflicting since I've been back. It's been hectic. It's been a hectic adjustment since coming back home. I was here for like a week when I first got back, and then started working, but I really haven't been much anywhere. Still doesn't mean like I ain't working. Schedule's just been all over the place, man. It hasn't been. It's supposed to be Monday through Friday work week, but this past week proved that it can be whatever. That being said, man, there's a lot I want to get into, and I really want to get into a lot of these discussions with my co-host. A lot of things have happened. Man, like thinking of where to start is like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like take your pick. Like I feel like I should have like a little raffle wheel here and just grab one of the problems out of the out of the raffle, man. Like, okay, let's see. So I got my license, which is you know what I'm saying. I'm grateful for that. I really appreciate that. I can't knock. Will not knock Snyder for that, man. I really appreciate that, man. Like, shout out to y'all for having that program. You know what I'm saying, and allow me to get myself in position to have the license. Now that being said, you know what I'm saying. Grateful for it. There are other things that need a lot of improvement. The onboarding process, communication, just the overall organization. You know what I'm saying? I've been told so many different things compared to how things are actually ran. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just really ridiculous. As far as like reimbursements, you know what I'm saying, for expenses, like when you on trips, like whether you got to get a rental, that, you know, a lot of companies make you pay for, you know what I'm saying, they want your card on file and things, so then you end up paying for it. And the reimbursement process is just different. The wait time is longer than what I was originally told, you know, so that's an irritation. And then just the communication between me and my supervisor is just terrible, because there's literally no communication from him unless he absolutely has to call me. Unless his back's against the wall. That's the only time I'm heard from him. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, especially being a new driver and trying to learn how everything works. You know what I'm saying? From how paying for like just my scale tickets and getting fuel at different fuel stops. They have a preferred fuel stop. They prefer Flying J and Pilot because they get like 20 cents off per gallon, right? So they would prefer you to pick to get gas from there. But the reality is you can only get gas from those stops. So I took a trip. I was on my way back from Watersmeet, Michigan, Saturday, and there was no Pilot between me and my DC in Iowa. Like, there was just quick stars. So I updated my fuel level on my tablet. You know what I'm saying? They suggested I stop at this quick star to get some fuel. I get there and I'm trying to pay. My card keeps declining, so I have to call, you know, a company representative to find out why my card is declining when you guys sent me here, you know. And come to find out that even though they sent me there to get the fuel, I still have to call and get authorization, you know what I'm saying, to get the fuel, because they don't want to pay. They don't want me to fill up. They just want me to get just enough to get to where I need to go. But mind you, once I get to where I need to go, being my DC in Iowa, there's still no Pilot near there. Like, the nearest Pilot is like an hour away. So you're gonna give me just enough gas to get to to Iowa, where then I'm faced with the same situation where I still have to get gas from an unpreferred fuel stop just to get to the nearest Pilot, where now I can fill up because you're getting 20 cents off. It's fucking stupid. That's idiotic. That's idiotic. To save a buck, we're gonna penny pinch just to save a couple dollars, when on average, I mean, probably spending, on average, I've probably racked up somewhere probably like 140, like that's probably the average for all the fill ups I've done thus far, like $140 per fill up average. I've seen more. I'm just saying that's probably the average that's being spent every fill up. So that among other things, by the time I got back to Iowa Saturday, I had like 12 hours left on my work week. They wanted me to take another load down to Kansas City, drop service 2 stores down there, go 30 miles to a store in was it Washington? I think it was Washington, Missouri. And then drive down to Lexington, Missouri, and do the final store there. I mean, not a bad run. I mean, it's like 300 miles from my DC to almost 400 miles, like 350, 360 from my DC down to KC, you know. So not a bad run. And then I would only be 4 hours away from St. Louis, actually a little less, because the last stop was a little closer, but so not a bad run. So I would have been here, you know what I'm saying, before the holiday. But the issue is I didn't have enough hours to complete the delivery. It's 6 hours between Maquoketa, Iowa, and Kansas City. So I had 12 hours when I got back to my DC on Saturday. So I have to use half of those hours just to get to KC. And then with all the freight I had to unload at each store, and the time it's gonna take, because that's the issue, it's the time that it takes to unload the freight. I couldn't unload the whole trailer in 6 hours. So I told him, I called a rep Saturday, told him I couldn't do it. The rep was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to the response team, see how they want to move forward. And instead of calling me, my supervisor texted me that night, but I'm driving, so I didn't see the text until the next morning, because I planned on going home Sunday morning. I had already made it up in my mind, I'm going home, because I've called them, I told them I don't have the hours to do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I would like to, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, this week is pretty much botched, you know, because last week I only did 2 loads. I did a load Monday, and then I called them to find out when my next load was due, and it wasn't ready until Thursday. So I had 2 whole days off before I could run another load. And then at Thursday, the load I picked up Thursday was due for delivery on Friday. So I spent all day delivering, and I got to my last store, but I got there too late. They were already closed, so I had to sleep there overnight and drop it off in the morning, and then come back down to Iowa to drop that trailer off. Where I thought I'd just be going. I really thought I'd pick the trailer up and just come home, because I needed to do a restart. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. My supervisor's blowing my phone down Sunday and Monday, trying to figure out what we're doing about the load, literally asking me what we're gonna do about the load, as if he's not the guy to make that decision, as if he shouldn't be guiding me on how to get the, you know what I'm saying, on what to do with the load. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your decision to make, because you're the supervisor, you know. I mean, I know what I should do, you know, based on the time that I have left. I should be going home so I can do a restart, because I don't want to spend a day and a half in my truck doing nothing. So the communication is terrible. There's poor leadership, very poor leadership. Is it like beyond getting the license? I feel as though I feel as though it's almost as if when it comes to the organization and the on-site leadership know-how from like anybody in a position of authority, it's like you would think they just got the position before you contacted them. Like, hey, you're Steven is your supervisor. Here's his number. You dial him up and you're like, hey, Steven, I'm Ted. When am I gonna start? And he's you can hear him scrambling through his paperwork and typing on his computer, trying to figure out what day you're gonna start and who he's gonna pair you up with for the first day to show you the ropes and things like that. And it's like, why weren't you prepared? I signed up for this account before I went through my training, and I passed it's just things just don't. There's a lot that just doesn't make sense with them. So my on-job experience has not been the best. I'm only doing about 2 loads a week, which is not what I expected. I expected like 3 to 4, and I really could be doing 4 if they would route me and dispatch me correctly. But it's a joke. Yeah, it's been a joke. So moving on from that. Other than that, I mean, it's cool. I do want to make more than what I'm making, because only doing 2 only limits my earning potential. So I do want to run more loads. But beyond that, it's a lot going on outside. In regard to, it's not really a lot going on, but just in regard to this whole pandemic situation. Conversation there never stops as far as protocols. Who should we still be wearing a mask? Should we be indoors? Should we still be social distancing? Should we take this vaccine? Does the vaccine work? All of these things are topics in today's conversation, just around the nation, around the world. And it's starting to affect, not starting to affect, but I guess it's becoming, if it wasn't affecting you before, it's definitely affecting people in ways that it wasn't. Well, it's definitely affecting everybody a little bit more, I would say, just because of the mandates and people losing their jobs, especially in the healthcare field, where they're mandating that those people get the vaccine, or there were a lot of employers if employees didn't have their vaccination by the 1st of October, then they were terminated. And then you're slowly watching it creep into other fields, So I'm grateful to be in the field that I'm in, where it doesn't even seem like it's a topic of discussion, because I'm not in any one centralized location working. I mean, I'm driving most of the time, and when I'm unloading, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm unloading my trailer, so there's no real need. There's no real push for for truckers, because your workplace is your truck. It's not an office. It's not a restaurant. It's not a cubicle or nothing like that. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful I'm not facing that issue, because personally, man, if I was faced with it, I'd just walk away from whatever job it was, because most likely it'd be a BS job anyway. So I just don't. Personally, I don't believe in I'm sketchy on the timeline as far as like how everything has progressed and how we've got to the point where we are now. Because a year ago, we didn't have supplies to get everybody tested. We were unsure. We weren't sure if tests were really working. You could get tested and then the test results could be negative, but you could actually be a carrier. And so now that we're in a place, now you progress about a year more or less, and we've got testing. And we have all of these vaccinations from these different pharmaceutical companies, and everybody's pushing hers out. And now, it's imperative that everybody gets the shot that hasn't been tested extensively, that has unknown side effects, that isn't hasn't proven to do the job that they say it's supposed to do. But we all need to take it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just don't believe in the timeline. I don't believe in the hype of everything that the national news media is pushing out. Like, it doesn't make sense when you look at it. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so, and beyond that, there's, because I could go a lot deeper onto that, but I'll say that for a later time. And just moving on from that, when you think about thinking about where I am now in my life and this recent accomplishment, getting my license, and increasing my earning potential, it's something that I've discussed with like friends and family. And I even had there's a guy I was talking to from my trash job, talking to him a lot about making that move, and we would just bounce ideas off each other and things like that, offer encouragement. Like we were nurturing a real friendship. And I often think about friendships when people start to act strangely. They start to their behave. They start to manifest behavior that's unwarranted. They do things they weren't doing. They just don't reach back out to you. Things like that, and it just makes me think about like friendships and how to nurture them, how to grow them, and how to recognize faults in somebody's personality and in their actions. So I'm at a point where somebody I can consider a friend, we're just not talking, and personally I'm unsure as to why. Because as far as I know, I haven't done anything to offend them, and it was right after I shared the news with them that I got my license. You know what I'm saying? I made it through the program, that we just haven't talked. And the irony in that is either the night before or the night after I passed my test, I had a dream. There was a lot going on in this dream, but my takeaway was that there was somebody close to me that was envious and jealous of what I had going on. And the person in the dream, I could see them vividly. It was somebody I actually used to be really close with, but I'm not close with anymore. So the fact that person, this person that was once a friend in the dream was the person that was envious of me was fitting, because this wasn't a real friend of mine in the long run. This wasn't somebody that was gonna stand by me and actually and was actually here for the sake of being my friend, as I was there for them. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of being a friend. But because me and this person, I haven't talked to this individual in years, so I knew for a fact that like the jealousy that person was manifesting, because that person in that dream was just a manifestation of somebody else's jealousy in my life. And I knew for a fact that the person in the dream was just a representation of whoever this other person was, because the person in the dream, like I said, is somebody I haven't contacted for years. So, them being jealous of me makes has no impact on my life. I have no dealings with this person, no ties to this person. But so the relevancy in it had to be that somebody in my circle has to be jealous of me. Somebody in my circle is envious. Somebody in my circle is wants something that I have, and instead of being happy for me, you know what I'm saying, they're envious of me. And envy is something I just don't understand, because it causes people to act strangely. You know, it causes them to do things that you never thought they would do. It causes them to reveal who they really are. And it just seems like it really seems like me and this person that I consider to be my friend were really close. And then once I shared with them my good news, I mean, our conversations just stopped from them. Call them, text them, get no reply whatsoever. It's been over a month now. It's been well over a month. The 15th of November marked 1 month. Well, actually the 16th, that marked 1 month. And it's now the 22nd. I haven't heard from this person. And it's just disappointing. It doesn't really hurt, but it's disappointing because, like, in my mind, this was somebody I perceived as a friend, somebody I could confide in, somebody that I felt that I could rely on if my back was against the wall. I felt like I could reach out to this person and you know what I'm saying, extend my hand asking for help, and I feel like they would help me from a place of I felt like they would genuinely help me. You know what I'm saying? Like if it were within their power to assist me in any way, I felt like that person would do that. And now that we are where we are, it's making me challenge all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because how do we build this friendship and we can talk about your past traumas, my past traumas, our experiences with women, and where we are. We can talk about where we are and where we want to be and how we want to get there. And then, you know, when I start putting things in motion for myself, then we stop talking. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it, and I never get it. I'll never get it because I'm not bred like that. And I've seen this has happened to me 4 other times. You know, where people were envious of something. I can't even say what, but they were just envious of something that they thought I had that was unobtainable for themselves. And instead of coming to me and asking me, you know, how did I get to where I am, or how do I have this, you know, they just lash out. They instead of being curious and being humble enough to just ask for the help and ask for the guidance, they allow those feelings of desire and admiration to become jealousy and envy. And instead of being, and then they make some type of transition from being your friend into a hater. But to be honest, if you start to do better for yourself and somebody that you consider a friend is now hating on you or trying to hinder you or just removes themselves from your lives when you're doing better, that was never your friend. My issue is, like, how do you recognize that? How do you recognize that in a person? You know, when y'all sit and talk and y'all build this rapport with each other, you know what I'm saying, for years, and the moment you start to branch out and show some growth, they switch up on you. But I guess those people are just really good at being chameleons, you know, blending into the environment and making it seem like they belong there. You know, there are a lot of people that will talk about change, but they don't really want to put that work in to change, and they'll feel threatened when you start to make that change and you start to those ideas and those dreams of yours, when you start manifesting those into realities, a lot of people are threatened by that. And it's just it's a harsh reality. It's a harsh reality, but it's a reality though. It's a reality that we're all faced with. It happens to everybody. And I really don't even have any advice on how to deal with that going forward. You know, like, cause it's mind-boggling and it's mind-blowing when you build that rapport with somebody. Like, this my dog, like this my homie, like this. If ain't nobody else got me, I know he got me, I know she got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we tight, like ain't nothing coming between us. And then everything changes in the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? Everything changes. Like, this person that you with a role for, you know what I'm saying, you realize it's not riding for you. And that can destroy some people. Me personally, like, I look for closure, you know what I'm saying? Cause I want to know what it is, you know what I'm saying? What changed? Was it something that I did? Like, I always take self-inventory first and try to, you know what I'm saying, be humble enough to think like, okay, well, did I do something? Did I say something? Did I say or do something to offend you? You know what I'm saying? And if that's not what it is, you know what I'm saying? And you'll know whether you offended somebody or not. Just ask them. And if they can't give you an answer, that's the answer. When they cannot tell you what you did to offend them, when they can't tell you why they're upset with you, that's the answer. That's them telling you without telling you, I'm jealous of you. I don't like that you got this going on for yourself. I wish that were me. J. Cole said it, man. J. Cole said, man, I'm trying to think of the bar and it's escaping me. Something about having your home, something about having certain people around you. He compared to, he allowed certain people around him that he considered friends, but he compared it to letting your homeboy come stay with you and he eating up all your groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to help you out until you get somewhere, until you get to where you need to be, but you don't seem to be wanting to help yourself. You just want to lay up and consume whatever you can from me and eat off me and my labor. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. That man. And I really want to dig into. I really want to dig into that. You know what I'm saying? The whole that whole concept, that mindset of the whole just just the principle of jealousy itself, like the state of being jealous, the warning signs, things like that. I really want to get into that, but I really want to have a discussion with some. You know what I'm saying? I want my co-host on the show. I want my co-host on the show so we can get into that, man. I'm gonna do my best to get other people on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got the equipment. I got the equipment for it. It's just a matter of getting a set schedule. You know what I'm saying? A reliable day to get everybody in here to shoot. So that's really all I got for y'all today. I really didn't want to go too deep into any of those topics. And that's it, man. That's all I got for y'all, man. I'm gonna do my best to get something set up for this weekend so we can get some another video out to you guys. Happy holidays to y'all. Thanksgiving is in 2 days. It's Tuesday. 2 days is Thanksgiving. Happy holidays to y'all. I always forget that holidays come up this time of year because I'm always so focused on getting things that really matter done, like buying gifts for people. Don't really matter to me. Just it hasn't mattered to me for a really long time because it's not important. Like that's not what's important in life. Like, me gifting you a gift doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean much of anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here trying to build something for myself and my family, and so I'm always focused on the responsibilities, getting bills paid, trying to put money here, trying to, you know what I'm saying, invest here, compound money there. Like, so, like, gift giving, they just, you know what I'm saying, that goes over my head. Like a lot of lines from my favorite rappers be going over y'all heads, man. So that's where I'm at with it, man. But happy holidays to y'all, man. I hope y'all are safe, blessed. I hope y'all enjoy your families. I plan on enjoying mine this holiday season. I'm really happy that I'll be home. It looks like I'll be home. I need to check this thing to see if they didn't send me another assignment. Hopefully they didn't, because I'd rather be home for the holiday. And that's all I got for y'all, man. That's all I got, man. Out. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Peace.